Hi everyone! So as 2018 comes to a close, I want to talk to you about my top 10 movies of 2018. 2019 is looking even better. Like, I literally have no idea how I'm going to choose my favorite movies. If all the ones that I think are going to be good next year are good, there's no way I'm going to be able to pick 10. It's going to have to be like, I don't know, my top 1,000 movies of 2019. That's an exaggeration. But right now we're still in 2018 for just a little bit more time. So I want to talk about my favorite movies. Now, I haven't seen all the movies that I wanted to see this year. I didn't get to. It's so hard when you have two little kids. But these are my top 10 of the movies that I saw. Don't forget to comment below. I want to know all of yours. As I'm going through this list, if you agree, hit the like button. And yeah, let's get started. I'm Tessa with mamasgeeky.com. All right, guys, so my number 10 movie of 2019 is Mary Poppins Returns. Now, I just saw this recently, so maybe it's partly because it's fresh in my head, but this was like just full of nostalgia. I have a full video review, so be sure to check that out. I have that on here. But I just really adored it. I saw it with my kids, and they were in awe almost the whole time. My little one did get a little scared at one part, but she kind of got over it, and she talks about how the other stuff she likes in the movie now, too. I thought Emily Blunt was fantastic. Of course, Lin-Manuel was amazing. The music was fun. The story was fun. I cried a lot. Like, a lot of things made me cry. There were a lot of nods to the original Mary Poppins, so that's why that one slides in at number 10 for me. Number 9 has got to be Ralph Breaks the Internet. I debated on this going higher, but there were some that just squeaked above it. All these movies are really close in like ratings for me. All these 10 could almost be, most of them could almost be a dead tie. I really liked Ralph. I liked the story. I liked, you know, friends grow apart, but they can stay together. Like, that's something that's been happening in my life a lot. So I think that was a really important lesson. My kids loved it. I got to go to the press event. I got to go to the premiere, which was amazing. It was so much fun. So I don't know. I just really loved the movie, and I can't wait for it to come out on home release because I'm going to watch it all the time with my kids. Like, that's something that I think will be on repeat a lot in our house. Number 8 is A Quiet Place. I know there were mixed reviews on this, but I really liked it. I'm a huge, like, horror thriller type fan, and this movie just, I don't know, I was on the edge of my seat almost the whole time. I really, really enjoyed it. Again, Emily Blunt, fantastic. She's so talented. And yeah, A Quiet Place really just did it for me. I thought it was amazing. Such a great horror thriller type film, and yeah, I loved it. So that's why it's number 8. Number 7 is Ready Player One. Guys, there were so many references. Like, even, I love the story, but even without the story, like, all the references to, like, nerdy things, like video games and just so many nerdy things. I can't even remember them all. I've seen the movie a couple of times already, and I don't know, I'm really excited to watch it more and more. I can't wait for my girls to get a little bit older and watch it with me. My 7-year-old could probably handle it right now, but I'm going to give it a little bit, probably partway through next year. We'll check it out as a family together. Number 6 is Isle of Dogs. Guys, this movie was phenomenal. I took my entire family to go see it in the theater, and each and every one of us loved it. Every time the dogs sneezed, I was like cracking up. And I think the story was fantastic, and it's just all around definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. Again, I really, really loved it. I really enjoyed it. I loved the story. I loved the animation. It was a little predictable here and there, but it was so much fun, and it was something the whole family really enjoyed. It had jokes for kids, but it also had jokes for adults, which I love when they do that. Number 5, guys, is gotta be Overlord. I mean, it was so good and gory and gross, and I love that stuff. And there were twists and turns, and yeah, they were a little bit predictable, but man, this was like a war movie, like, and a horror movie, and a thriller movie, and it was crazy, and it was so good. I have a full review on that here as well, so be sure to check that out. But oh my God, guys, it was so good. It was so good, and you got Fitz. Not enough Fitz from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. My Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fans will know what I'm talking about. Not enough Fitz, but we got some Fitz, and he was fantastic at what he did. The whole thing was just right from beginning to end, action-packed. So much fun. I really, really enjoyed it. So that's what makes it number 5 for me. Now, my top 4 are probably not going to come as any surprise to any of you. You guys know I'm a Marvel girl. I am a Marvel fan. So number 4, first of all, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I loved it. Girl power, girl power. I mean, Paul Rudd is fantastic. It was funny. It was great. The plot, just, I love how they made Ghost not really a villain, but she kind of was a villain. Again, I have a full review video on this, so be sure to check this out. But I really enjoyed it. I got to go to the press event. I got to interview the entire cast. And I think knowing stuff from behind the scenes really actually helps with my appreciation of the movie. Not to mention that end credit scene was kind of like, what? And left me like, what's going on? I'm not ready. My heart is ripped out again. Thanks, Marvel. Yeah, so Ant-Man and the Wasp is my number 4. Number 3, guys, Black Panther. So good, right? Black Panther was so good. I almost forgot about it. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but like I forgot it was 2018. It was a 2018 movie. There's been so many movies this year, and I think next year is going to be the same way. But Black Panther was just phenomenal. It was so good. Killmonger is probably one of the best villains out there. I really enjoyed seeing more of a backstory. Well, not really a backstory, but a little bit of a backstory for Black Panther and just his whole family and all of this. I'm still upset. I want Storm to just show up, just drop into the MCU and be like, hey boy, hey boy, hey, I'm your queen, hey, because I love them together. But I'm patient. I think we'll get it. I hope we'll get it. Fingers crossed we'll get it. But yeah, Black Panther's number 3 for me. And number 2, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Guys, so it's not official MCU, blah, 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 whatever. It was fantastic. One of the best animated films of all time. It's so hard to compare that animation style with like other animation styles, but it was so good. It was so good. My entire family loved it. Again, I just saw it and I wanted to go back. As soon as I left the theater, I was like, I need to see this again. So it's so fresh in my head, but like I need to see it again. So that's my number 2. Again, I have a full review on that also on my site, so be sure to check that out. And my number one movie of 2018 should come as no surprise to you guys. Avengers Infinity War. I mean, come on. It was so good. And just for an MCU fan, for a Marvel fan, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I'm a fan of the comics. I've read the comics. I've read Infinity Gauntlet and Infinity War so many times. And to see something different happening on the screen was so great. And I love that. I love when they change things from the comics because I don't want to go in and see the exact same thing I've read and know, oh, that's what's going to happen. Oh, that's what's going to happen. Now, of course, they have tons of nods to the comics, but man, it was so great. And it was so great seeing all of my favorite people together. And I felt like from beginning to end, it was non-stop. I didn't get bored at all. With that many main cast members, it's easy to like lose pieces of certain people, but it's just so good. I've seen the movie, I don't even know, 30 plus times already this year, and I am not getting anywhere near sick of it. It's so good, and I cannot wait to see what they have in store with us with Avengers Endgame. So we've just a few more months for that, and I cannot wait. I'm excited for Captain Marvel. There's so many movies in 2019 that I can't wait for. Glass. I mean, I could go on and on, but we'll save that for another video. So there you have it, guys. My top 10 movies of 2018. Some honorable mentions would be Incredibles 2. I thought that was great. It totally taught me some stuff about parenting. I mean, I feel guilty all the time when I leave to go do something for my work and I leave my kids, and Mrs. Incredible did that, and like she deserves to do that. And I don't know, I learned a lot about that. I learned like the mom guilt, like I need to let it go a little bit. So that was great. I loved that movie. Venom, I know, again, mixed reviews, but I loved it. I thought it was great. It did not make the top 10. It almost did. It was very, very close, but it did not make the top 10, but it is still definitely an honorable mention. Another one I know people go back and forth on, but The Predator. Probably more like from nostalgia. Like I loved it. I loved The Predator. I thought it was great. I just liked a lot of the deaths. Like I'm like into like the weird deaths and crazy deaths and gory deaths, which is the reason why I really liked Overlord. So The Predator's definitely an honorable mention for me. Again, it didn't crack the top 10, but it is an honorable mention. And last honorable mention for me would be A Simple Favor. Really super good movie. I really, really enjoyed it. I have a full video review of that on here as well. I thought it was great. I thought Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively worked really well together. The chemistry was awesome. It was a fun movie. It kept me on the edge of my seat. My husband figured out the twist early, so I kind of got upset that he told me the twist, and then I was like, yeah, and that's all I could think about the whole rest of the movie. But it was fantastic. But yeah, so my top 10, let's run through them again real quick. We've got Mary Poppins Returns. We've got Ralph Breaks the Internet. We've got A Quiet Place, Ready Player One, Isle of Dogs, Overlord, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Black Panther, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and Avengers Infinity War. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Comment below and give me your top 10 movies of 2018. I want to know. I want to know what you guys love too. What are you looking forward to in 2019? I just want to find out. Let's have a discussion. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, guys. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this, and Happy New Year.